Welcome so much, Pastor Newton. I take this opportunity to welcome you to this conversation because I want us to engage ourselves and to talk more about faith beyond the pulpit. So, our followers, the viewers, subscribers, I take this opportunity to welcome you on this platform. We are here to discuss, to talk, to learn, and to take some few points that maybe can also help you in your daily life activity and also help someone beyond our own expectations. So I'll not waste a lot of time and I'll go direct to our guest today, who is Pastor Newton. Pastor Newton would like to start with some few questions, like just tell us, who is this Pastor Newton? Where are you from? And where do you pastor from? Welcome.
Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Again, I come from all the way from Meru, but I pastor here at Harvest Church and a Bishop of Waneki. And we thank God we have seen God doing great things over this environment of Kamulu. And we thank God.
Thank you so much. So, Pastor Newton, you said you come from a church that you fellowship, which is known as Latter Harvest.
Yes.
Can you maybe elaborate to someone there who is wondering why did they call it Latter Harvest?
Okay. Latter Harvest is based on the practice that we are doing today. You will reap it tomorrow. In future, anything that you does. So here we come and we gather here as the kingdom masters. God has given us as stewards. So we come here and we remind people that there will be a harvest of what we are doing here on earth. That's why we are calling it latter harvest. That anything that we are doing here on earth, there will be a payment tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Yes.
Thank you so much. So, without wasting my time, I have several questions here. And moja kwa moja, I'll start with the first one about your personal faith journey.
My personal faith journey is just long from the childhood. I grew just like the other children. And I passed through a process. I met parents are going through. They were that process. Church members, they led me, but I didn't follow. Somehow, on the way I used the road, and I just tried to look other ways. From there, I stayed for long without going to the church, without believing that even God lives, and doing other things that are not good in the kingdom. But 2012, I met a brother of mine who is Pastor Nicholas, preached to me and encouraged me and told me about the revival of God and the love of God. From there, I started looking. If there is another love that is beyond the love that I've been experiencing, that then I admired it and I loved. From there, I started practicing that love, and things changed. That's now the journey up to now. Today, I started as just a member. I stayed under a certain spiritual father, Bishop Sam. We started growing until 2021, where I became a pastor. Yeah, I was commissioned as a pastor, and I thank God for that.
Congratulations to that. What is your spiritual awakening moment, and how has it benefited in shaping your journey in this faith lifestyle? Like those people that you have interacted with, how have they assisted you to shape your faith lifestyle to where you are?
Most of time, sometimes through the events and through the meeting, because when you have the love of God, you can, the love of God and practice the love of God, you are able to reach out to the people. You meet people who are down. At least when you're encouraging them, you see things changing. And as you see things changing now, you can realize here there is God. And that faith that you're building to them, they start working. That process makes you a point, you reach a point that at least you can see, it can encourage you as a pastor, and also you can see you have a backup from heaven. So that one has been a very, it has been motivating myself and the work of God. Uh, Most of the times I meet people from nowhere, they are losing hope, but through the events, through the the fellowship, because where in the work of God you have to first look for fellowship. When we meet together, we make things come easier and we are able to meet the target of knowing God better and encourage ourselves together, and we come up as a group. Yes, sir.
If I may just go direct and ask a simple question,
Yes.
what is your understanding in the terms faith beyond the pulpit?
Faith beyond the pulpit is after preaching as a, today I'm a pastor, and most of the time we preach with that message ends there. But when we get challenges, because everyone is set for a challenge, there's a challenge set for every man. But when we meet a challenge, we forget. We look other ways, but I believe faith, when the word of God says, we should not be just the hearers of the word of them. That's James 1:22. We should not be just the hearers, but the doers of the word of God. As you hear Him, then you practice it. And practicing it just is faith, preach it, practice it, and also meditate about it, and also reading the Word of God. Because when you read the Word of God, that faith develops a new power. You just have that momentum that now the Word of God tells us, I can do all things. That now period, as you are doing that thing, faith builds new as you are hearing. Because the Word of God says, in the book of Romans 10, the Word of God says, very well, very clearly that we are faith comes by hearing, and hearing the Word of God. So when you hear the Word of God, you build the capacity. So when you are building capacity, then you practice the capacity. So that's why we are encouraging, and the reason of us coming here is to tell, to say that even after hearing the Word of God, there is another point of practicing it. As a believer, when you hear the Word of God, it is good also to do it in practice, because you cannot have faith without practice. Faith, when you are hearing that you are sick, you have entered into another realms of believing that I am healed. The Word of God says, I am healed. So that's faith. You develop that faith because when you hear that there is something that your body is not responding well, then from there you realize, the Word of God says that I have been healed through Christ. From there you believe that. After believing that, then you are entering into a position of practicing. From there, I tell you, God works where there is a practice. So if someone can preach the Word of God, also it means a position of preaching and practicing it. So when we preach, we encourage as we do things to work, because the Word of God needs a man for it to work. So I believe the way you have said faith beyond the pulpit is when we hear the Word of God, also we practice. Yes, sir.
That's a good response. Ninashukuru sana.
Thank you.
Now, the next question. You know, sometimes we as the members of the churches tunachukulianga these preachers in a different way. Like the way we live, we normally say is not how they live. We all have challenges that make us feel as if we are living in a difficult situation. The next question that I wanted to post to you, are there challenges through your journey, through your normal life? Are there challenges even in the pulpit at the church? And how do you manage to overcome them? Like even critics are there, oh pastor anakuanga hivi. You understand some people come and say, Pastor amenunua gari using our offering money. You understand all those critics. As a pastor, how do you overcome those critics and how do you overcome the challenges?
My brother, sometimes I believe we will communicate. We will have a topic about the pain of a ministry. But at least I can hone it, I can speak about it in few words that the pain of the ministry, sometimes we face a lot of challenges as pastors. Sometimes we preach, then we preach it on Sunday. On Monday, we made it waiting for us. Where that maybe you preach that there is healing on Monday, you get someone, you get even yourself, you're not feeling well. So, some of the challenges we pass, uh, there are many as a pastor because sometimes we are the people, most of the people brings even problems. They come for us believing that God, we can assist them and we can pray for them. So sometimes maybe we can have a challenge in life, but we are looking who can help us, who can we, because for example, the members, they have pastor they can share it. But us, imagine if someone has a problem, maybe marriage, and he or she knows that the pastor has a way of solving it, or he can advise us concerning us. But what about the pastor? Who will it? Because pastors are fewer than members, and most of the people pastors. They are very busy because they are serving the flock. They are very ready. They are very busy doing the work of God. So even sharing that time with the other pastor is very hard to get them. So sometimes to meet challenge, and you lack even someone to share with. And the way you have asked concerning the prosperity, it's good to say this.